So here we are again. So today we are going to do a prone position. That means you're going to be on your belly. I'm going to do Sphinx pose. Now, because of the fact that some of you might have had a mastectomy or obviously a lumpectomy, I want you to only do this if you feel comfortable with it, because of course you're on your belly. If you've got a mastectomy, you might want to use a prosthesis, can't even say it, can I? Just to make you feel more even. But to be honest with you, your chest isn't really going to be on the floor for the pose, but it will be for the counter pose, which is when you're going to ease out the back. Now, because this is a backward bend that we're going to be doing, if you've got any problems in your back or anything like that, please check everything with your doctor and that before you attempt this, because obviously backward bends can be really difficult to do if you've got any problems in your back. My back, I now have got bulging discs in my lower back, I've discovered from the MRI. So I'm going to take this really gently, because I know that to hold this, I can't do it. So I don't suggest you hold this for more than 30 seconds at the most. And of course, just drop straight out of it if it's not right for you. Because it's a backward bend, and I would never do backward bend without actually doing a little bit of work on my back first. I'm just going to do cat-cow with you first, because that will be better for you. So, for cat-cow, just come on your hands and onto your knees. So your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. And all you're going to do is drop your belly down. So you're coming into an arch in the back, roll the shoulders away from your ears, breathe in as the gaze goes forwards. And then as you exhale, pull the navel into the spine, draw the chin to the chest and stretch up and over the back. So you can slowly feel the spine vertebra by vertebra coming into its backward bend as you breathe in. And then again, navel into the spine and gently curl, chin back into the chest, lengthen into the arms, coming into your cat. So breathe into your cow. Don't ask me why it's called a cow, I have no idea. But it's blatantly obvious why it's called a cat. And exhale. So that is what I would always do before I came into a backward bend. So we're going to come onto our bellies. So first, get yourself onto a comfortable position, coming onto the front of your belly. And then bring your elbows so they're underneath your shoulders to start off with. And then slightly forward, so they're about an inch forwards. Now just bring your feet so they're about hips width apart. So that feels okay. If that's pinching, anything like that already, then you can pull your thighs towards each other, squeeze the muscles in your bum, and that'll take some of the tension away. If already you think, I can't do this, I suggest that you don't bother doing it. So you can do the version when the hands are on the floor, but you can bring them into the palms together, so you're coming into almost like a prayer position, and just let that gentle arch down the middle of the shoulder blades. Now I prefer, to be honest, to let my head drop, and normally I've got a block, I haven't got one, and I would rest my head on the block, but because we're not actually holding this for long, you don't necessarily have to do that. So just take that as far as is gentle for you. Remember, it is quite a strong backward bend, and if it does get too much for you, you can fold the arms and just rest here. You can even put a cushion underneath your chest, which will make it considerably easier. I'm not going to reach down towards my cushion now to stick it underneath me, because I don't want to come out of this anything other than the correct way, because otherwise I'm going to hurt myself and you could easily hurt yourself. So when you're ready, you're going to release that down. And for me, the best thing I prefer to do is to come into what I've been calling flapping fish. So you start to slide one knee in and just rest the head on one side, so you're letting that stretch come back out of the backward bend really carefully, out of your Sphinx pose. You don't have to be here for long. You release it down carefully and swap onto the other side. So again, the knee's going to come up, and you're just going to rest there for a few moments. Just into your flapping fish, so you're giving yourself the opportunity to come out of your pose mindfully to the back and bring the legs back together. Now, the best way I find to come into child's pose from Sphinx is to walk my elbows. So start pulling my navel into the spine, walking the elbows back, and then gently coming into my child's pose. Now, you may prefer to have fists in front of your head. You may be okay. I don't like child's pose. It gives me congestion in my head and in my face, so I don't actually like being like this. I prefer sliding my hands forwards, but I couldn't do that obviously after my surgery. So you may prefer to be there, to be here, or to be in full child's pose. So it's got to be what feels right for you. And then when you're ready, listen carefully and gently, you're going to come out of that. So that is your Sphinx pose. So we've done one yesterday, happy baby. Today, Sphinx pose. Bye bye, Sphinxes.